Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Today we're discussing health sector cybersecurity in the aftermath of the cyber attack on Change Healthcare. And the committee has a long history of examining the cybersecurity of critical infrastructure sectors within our jurisdiction. We've discussed strategies to harden critical infrastructure, and we've wrestled with the reality that interconnected information systems within healthcare and other sectors have increased the threat and potential harms of cyber attacks. However, I don't think that anyone anticipated that access to care and the financial stability of a variety of healthcare providers nationwide could be harmed by one single point of failure. And like most of my colleagues, I've heard concerns from patients and providers that the attack created barriers to access to care in my district. For example, in the days following the attack, one of my constituents in Highlands, New Jersey, who has type 1 diabetes, was told by every pharmacy in his community that he had to pay up to $1,200 for a 600-count bundle of glucose sticks used to test his blood sugar because none of the pharmacies could access his Medicare Part D benefits. And this left him with the impossible choice of trying to come up with the money to pay for these strips or potentially face life-threatening complications from his inability to test his blood sugar. And he's not alone. Reports from patients and providers across the country make clear that the aftermath of the cyber attack forced many to struggle with similar health impacting and potentially life-threatening choices. And this must never happen again as a result of a single cyber attack. It's critical that we take whatever action is necessary to reduce the risk to our healthcare systems from cyber attacks, understanding that the health sector will continue to be an attractive target to cyber criminals and nation-state actors. And I'm interested in learning more about what's currently working, what lessons we have learned in the aftermath of the Change Healthcare cyber attack, and what is the path forward in improving the resiliency of our healthcare system. I also want to hear more about whether the requirements for specific minimum cybersecurity standards are necessary for certain healthcare entities, and whether consolidation of health technology companies poses unreasonable risks to our healthcare systems. As consolidation continues throughout the healthcare system, I'm concerned that there are fewer redundancies in our system and more vulnerability to the entire system if entities like United Health Group are compromised. Now, I'm extremely disappointed, I have to say, that United Health Group did not send a representative to today's hearing. They have a critical perspective and insights into the existing vulnerabilities of our healthcare system. And they could also answer some lingering questions that we continue to hear from providers as their response to the attack continues. And I'm particularly interested in questions related to recent reports of a second ransom demand on Change Healthcare and whether any unsecured data was compromised. Yesterday, I joined other bipartisan committee leaders in a letter to United Health Group demanding answers on the Change Healthcare cyber attack and its resulting harm on the U.S. healthcare system. We need answers from the company because Change Healthcare's platforms touch an estimated 1 in 3 U.S. patient records, and the attack has impacted 94% of hospitals nationwide. Despite their absence today, I think we have a great panel of witnesses that will help us begin to assess lessons learned from the Change Healthcare cyber attack so we can help prevent systems risks from future attacks, or I should say systematic risks from future attacks. And I look forward to hearing your perspectives on the effect of the cyber attack on our healthcare system, how the federal government can continue to work with the private sector to strengthen the cybersecurity across the health sector, and what additional action is needed to protect our healthcare system. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.